Open Monogamy, the new book exploring the changing face of relationships. Today I have author and sex therapist Dr. Tammy Nelson. We're going to talk about the evolving concept of monogamy. I got to get it right. Dr. Nelson, how are you this morning?
I'm great. Thanks. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thank you. So, the changing face of relationships and why the time to explore new visions of love has arrived, particularly in this book.
Well, open monogamy is where you have a primary or central relationship or a marriage, but you have an open, flexible, and fluid agreement. And I think we've always had fluidity in the way that we do our relationships, but sometimes it's been secret and sometimes it's been non-consensual. Ashley Madison has over 75 million members worldwide. But this is a new way of having the conversation with each other where instead of monogamy being morality, monogamy is really synonymous with honesty and transparency, where everything's a talk aboutable thing. And that's different.
That's interesting. What are some of the essential skills for having honest conversations about monogamy gap and the meaning of attraction and desire?
I think an essential skill is being willing to do it often, to sit in the discomfort and maybe the conflict of wanting to revisit some of the awkward feelings, but also knowing that you don't ever have to take anything into action, that you can talk about these things for the rest of your life without actually doing anything, and know that there's a continuum here. You can talk about flirting with other people. You don't have to talk about actually bringing other people into your relationship. And maybe that'll last you for the rest of your lives.
Well, Dr. Nelson, I'm going to pick up the book Open Monogamy. What can I expect to read?
There's a lot in there about how to do it. How do you begin the conversation with your partner? I would suggest talking about what if we did this? How could this be problematic, but how could it also have some really positive potential outcomes? Like, would this be fun? Could this help us? Could this make things sexier? And again, you don't ever have to do them, but it's fun to have the conversations and just start to explore. And that's a great way to begin. Instead of talking about what's wrong with our relationship, talk about what could be fun in our relationship.
Dr. Nelson, what was your inspiration to write this book?
Well, I've been a therapist for over 35 years, and I've seen couples who have neglected their sex life, who've had affairs in their sex life. And I've really seen that people don't want to necessarily trade their partner in for someone else. And I know that you really can't change another person, but I do believe you can change the agreement. And once people do that, they're much happier.
Now, where can we pick up Open Monogamy?
You can get Open Monogamy on my website, openmonogamy.com, or anywhere books are sold. And you can also find me at those places as well.
That sounds great. Dr. Tammy Nelson, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I'm definitely going to be reading Open Monogamy.
Thanks. Thanks so much, and stay well.